Hey everybody, my name is Mimi. Welcome to my Instagram page and my YouTube channel at Survive, Heal, Flourish. Today's topic is going to be an interesting one. I am going to focus in on how the narcissist actually gains control of you. Now, if you've ever been in a toxic relationship, you might realize that over time, you're not being as authentic to yourself. The decisions that you make, the thoughts that you think, everything that you do seems to really revolve around the narcissist. And before, you may have been a really confident person. When you're in a relationship with an abusive individual or a very controlling individual, they will gain control over you through your emotions. If anybody can manage to get in your mind and guilt trip you, or make you afraid of something, they've already got a heads up on you. They're already like 5-10 steps ahead. Why? Because once you are able to manipulate somebody's emotions or their thoughts, you have complete control over them. You see, narcissists thrive because they depend on people's fear of them, and they gain control over them through their emotions and through their insecurities. Everybody has insecurities, let's admit it. Being a little bit insecure about something is not the issue. And in a healthy relationship, you should be able to share your concerns about yourself, your concerns about life, your innermost thoughts. Like, you should be able to be vulnerable with somebody in a healthy relationship so that they can help you work through these things. But you can really tell if you're with a narcissist or if you're in a narcissistic and abusive relationship based upon how the other person deals with this information. It could be anything. It could be that you want to lose a little bit of weight. It could be that you feel a little weird about your position at work. It could be something with your family, with your friendship. Doesn't matter what it is. At the beginning of a relationship with a toxic individual, they're not going to always immediately ambush you with the craziness. What they're secretly doing is taking notes. They're taking notes about the way that you deal with things. They're taking notes about how you manage your emotions. They're taking notes about your insecurities. And eventually, they always use that type of stuff against you. So I'm not saying that you should never be vulnerable in a relationship. You should. You should definitely have that free space and ability to be open with your partners. But what I'm saying is, it just doesn't always turn out that great when you do those things with a narcissist. And the crazy thing about it is, over time, our emotions begin to actually alter our brain chemistry. So if a toxic individual can begin to manipulate your emotions, have you feeling negative or fearful all the time, it will actually domino into the way that you think, the habits that you have, and your way of making decisions and your choices. That's why it's so dangerous to be with a narcissistic individual and to share your innermost thoughts and ideas with them. A lot of the times, once the brain is altered through negative emotions, especially when you're in a toxic or abusive relationship, you can develop what is called Stockholm Syndrome, where you're always trying to please and appease the abuser. It's like, you know that something is wrong, you know that it doesn't feel right, but you have this type of addiction to making everything right so that that other person can be happy with you. And once you're in this crazy cycle of trying to appease the narcissist and be perfect and walk on eggshells and make everything right, you can get so caught up in that, like that's your main focus, that you don't even realize what's happening anymore because you're just totally submersed in this world. So, this has happened to me before. And the way that I was able to break out of this situation was by honoring myself and being honest with myself about the way that being in a relationship with this person made me feel. You'll start realizing that you're not being true and authentic to yourself. Your peace has become not a priority. And that's how you know that it's time to make a change. So the way that you can start making changes and break away from this toxic pattern and these toxic relationships is to begin to focus on yourself. You got to find out again, what is it that brings you peace and what is it that makes you happy? Did you used to have certain hobbies that you were into that you just tossed to the side because the narcissist became your priority? Is there something that you were studying or information that you would like to know and throw yourself into before you threw yourself into the narcissist? Are there certain friends that you would hang around and that really encouraged you and uplifted you and brought you up, but you haven't focused on those relationships because you've been so focused on pleasing the narcissist? Even if it's a new hobby, if it's yoga, or if it's something that involves sports or athletics, if it's nature, if it's something like involving creativity, you have to begin to get back to yourself and get back to the things that bring you peace and joy. Anyway, I hope this quick video was able to enlighten you and help you realize the different avenues and ways that a toxic person or a narcissist may have been able to gain a stronghold on your life and your emotions and your mind. And I hope that I've also been able to give you some solutions or some ideas that will set you more so on the path to healing and regaining your freedom from toxic relationships and narcissistic abuse. Until next time, again, my name is Mimi. You can follow me here on YouTube or on Instagram at Survive, Heal, Flourish, and look forward to lots more videos and my personal experiences dealing with toxic relationships and abuse. Thank you so much, and I hope that you survive, heal, and also flourish. Take care.